Special match online. Special versus. Practice versus.
Here comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight?
Round one. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Opts for the throw. Jump in, finds the mark. Overdrive. Lays on the pressure with the projectile. Player 2 has the life lead. Can they exploit this advantage? Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Closes the gap for the grab. Nice solid counter. Knockdown. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Double lariat and now?
My turn.
Fires off the Shinku Hadouken. Going in? I think they want to calm things down and reset the pace. KO. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
This round is so important. You can feel the intensity in the air. Player 2 kept their drive gauge topped off through that round and still took the win. Guess they didn't need it. Target locked and scoop. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Player 1 has a slight life lead. There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Hits him with a stopping pop. Looking to plant him with a pile drive. Overdrive Hadouken. Player 2 can't use any drive moves without burning out. They're back to, there's a wall splash. They can't do anything now. Player 2 holding on to that corner advantage. A quick breather. This is a turning point. They got low, heavy, but no go. Big super art hit. It's on. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? They decide to take a breather to regroup. Player on super art? The super doesn't hit. What were they thinking? Punish counter sets the table. Amazing. This is gonna hurt. Oh my god. Sets up with the jump in. Doesn't take the throw. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point.
Final round. Fight.
Who's going to steal this win? This is the ideal range to utilize the fireball game. Player 1 won out those close scuffles, and now they gotta have a plan for the next round. Big opportunity now in this corner. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. Overdrive Hadouken. They're taking a step back to slow down the pace. Springs forward with the drive rush. Closes the distance. Player 2 can't use any drive moves without burning it. Connects with the throw. Player 2 is in a very good spot. Turns out. Oh, here, ooh, what a smart throw. Close range projectile. Oh, stun. Bad news is on the way. The load opens them right up. Player 2 gets the win in a convincing fashion.
a new challenger.
We're in for something special right here, right now.
Let us begin. Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. The throw hits, now the fun begins. Overdrive. The impact gets blocked. Drive impact is blocked, but takes a bite out of the drive gauge to apply some pressure. Player 2 has them legit shook in the corner. The corner makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup? Takes a trip. Throws them to negate the block. From up above. Knockdown. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Did well to get the buff in there. Good job blocking. The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. What'll happen here? Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. In there! Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round two. Fight.
Immediate jump in. Are we going to see some fireworks? Hit them with a stop and bomb. Combo with the target combo. Anti-air drops them. Going in. Player 1 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Side switch in the corner. Blocking that drive impact isn't going to work. Now that's how you use an impact. Fires off the Shifu Hadouken. Both fighters, this is gonna hurt. Up tap to close it. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? They hit each other. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Player 1 with the life lead. Can they exploit this advantage? Sees it coming and blocks it out. The jump in is denied. Burnout is triggered. Sticks the combo. Takes a trip. Blocks the low heavy. Gets him. Player 1 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. They've both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Player 2 takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Hold your breath. The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. Going in? Player 2 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. This may be it. A parry? Sneaks in above. Knockdown and throw connection does big damage. Still slugging it out at this. Digs in deep to get that drive. Are we gonna see a comeback here? Will this be enough to kill? It doesn't kill. They're still in this. Player 2 can't let this simmer. Can't breathe. Flatlines on. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? This would lead to some big damage. This is gonna hurt. Impact squash. Player 1 sets up with the jump in. Hits the drive. Player 1 has the super gauge advantage. The jump in is denied. Vagabond Edge connects. Tries to act quickly but with the attack. Oh my god, they just fucked it up. They're taking a step back to slow down the pace. Gotta do better than that. Only the best of players can come back from this. Medium kick, low heavy.
This is my chance.
Breaks through with the throw. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us.
challenger.
This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A-game to the table. All right, first round. What's going to happen? Checks with the projectile. Starts with a jump in. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. We have one player in burnout state, which means they'll have to continue the fight temporarily without using any drive-reliant moves. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge down to the wire. Player 1 chases him down. Gets the jump in. Next hit will end the round. KO! Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight!
That's a counter. The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? Overhead. Connects with medium kick. Drive gauge gap here. Player 2 will need to play it conservative until their drive resets. Burnout activates. Knockdown and player 1 doesn't let up and gets the stun. This round may be as good as over. Player 2 has the chance to win the sets up with the jump in. Which adds a bit of OD spice and closes it out. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this one.
Fight round. Fight!
Medium kick into and eats it. Hits them with a stopping block. A jump and whip. They're wide open. Handle with care. You can't drop driving that. Do it to them. Show the people what they came to see, you.
What's wrong? Get up.
Player 1 is barely hanging on to their last bit of drive. They are not getting close to each other. Player 1 has the super kick. Nothing stops this train. Player 1 still has a chance, but it's going to be an uphill battle. Flatline zone. Player 2 is a force to be reckoned with. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Checking their reactions with a fireball. Jumps. Denies the low heavy. Goes to the overdrive. Player 2 has the life lead. They've got a small life lead, but it's not over. It's not over. Neither of them willing to back off. Beautiful setup with that attack. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Throws a fireball here, maybe as a simple zoning strat. Does a good job of pushing back. Uses a fireball to try and establish their pace. Player 2 in trouble with no drive. This is a critical point of the round where they just need to go for it. This is a prime opportunity to end things, but they decide to play it safe. Oh, says no to the impact. Going in, they take some time in there. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight!
Medium kick hits. Connects with medium kick. Hits him with a stopping block. Jump. Overdrive Hadouken. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. Oh, what's this? But they can't squander this punish counter. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Uses the gauge for the super. They are not playing around here. Player 1 might have this can lead to some big damage. Baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. Are we gonna see a comeback here? One chance here may end this match. Shift them for the win. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Deftly shuts out the jumper. Starts off zoning with fireballs. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this point. Neither fighter can force the other to give up even an inch. Player 2 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. All right, what's coming up next? Decides to buff up while they can. Takes a trip. That drive impact is blocked. Did well to get the buff in there. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight.
Connects with medium kick. Checks him with the projectile. Smart play with the throw. Good work staying in throw range there. The jump in catches them. Knockdown and scrapping it out up close. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. Showing some real tenacity. Medium kick hits. Connects with medium kick. Ooh, you never know what can happen here. Jump anti-air in the clutch. Or pumps the brakes on the impact. Goes to the air. Connects with the throw. They don't have any leeway to make a mistake. Someone's impact squashed. Experiencing burnout. Player 2 can't use any drive boost. Gotta play it safe. Medium kick. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point.
Fight round. Fight.
Presses down the opponent to oppose their will. Checks with a medium kick. Throws range projectile. This is gonna hurt. Pumps the brakes on the impact. Uses the impact to shave off some of their drive. Gets them with a Euro set. Player 2 can't be turning it right up with a super. Spends it all on the super. Not shy one bit about it. This is going to hurt. Who will set the bait at this range? Gotta do better than that. Somehow manages to block the jump in. Close range projectile. Going in. Ooh, what a smart throw. Okay, here we go. Wrecks them. They gotta go. Are they going to be able to close it out? Player 1 really had to fight for that one. No shortage of drama. How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
Let us begin.
Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Waiting for the opponent to make the first move. Tries to get a breather with a projectile. Denying them a breather there with a long-range fireball. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Trips them up. Player one in that dangerous burnout state. Can they outlast it? Player one has used up all of their drive gauge. Let's see how they apply their corner pressure in this situation. Huge opportunity here with no way to backdash out of danger. Pressuring the situation with the charge in. Life lead opens up. Throws them to negate the block. Taking stock. To exchange blows. Going in, player impact finish. It was more than enough. Player one picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round two. Fight.
Gruesome. They can't squander this punish counter chance. Big throw. Very solid. Sees them coming and shrugs it off with a super armor. What'll happen here? Their will to win is really being tested here. Experiencing burnout. Our fighters are at a standstill. What's the play here? Player two needs to use the threat of the corner here. Both fighters planning something? Puts the super armor to good use. Just goes for it at this range. Didn't hesitate going for the kill with that super. Did not miss that chance and takes the round.
Now you know history.
We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win?
Final round. Fight.
Come for them with a balance. It's time for both fighters to lay it all on the line. Hits them with a stopping bot. Jumps in. Super armor. Hold and calculate. Totodeki to the face. Player one is in burnout state. A very precarious situation. All the throws connects. What are they gonna do? Knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Both sides getting ready. Player one wraps it up with a throw. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Gruesome. Medium kick hits. The impact gets blocked. Drive impact is blocked, but takes a bite out of the drive gauge to apply some pressure. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important here. Responds to the jump with one of their own to drop him. Knockdown. From up above. Sticks the combo. Player one needs to deal with this burnout. One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. Can they recover or are they in trouble here? Takes them all the way to the corner with that. This is the range where things get messy. Puts the super armor to good use. Player KO. Player two on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round two. Fight.
Brushes that off and keeps going. Who's going to start things off? Fires off the Shinku Hadouken. Projectile to try and change the situation. Fireballs are risky, but if the opponent doesn't jump, they're one of the best ground games. Scrapping it out up close. Sneaks in above, charges forward. Fights out of the corner, back to the center of the stage. This unleashes some big damage. Were they looking to connect with an overdrive art from this situation? Knocks them out of the air. Both sides getting ready. Oh my god, there's a drive impact. Ooh, the drive impact hits for a punish. Punish counter sets the table. That combo finishes it. Player two gets the win in a convincing fashion. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. The first round begins. No time to save that stuff for nationals. It's time to go all in. Player 2 chases them down. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Player 1 has used up all of their drive gauge. Oh! Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? Gets the jump in. Neither of them willing to back off here. Life lead opens up. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Grabs him. One shot is all both fighters need to close this out. All right, what's coming up next? Are they thinking about how to steal this round? A quick breather. Still scrapping for control of the space. Were they baiting them into that? KO. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
Who's going to start things off? Projectile to try and change the situation. You know their fireball game is solid because they're only throwing it when their opponent can't jump them. Can't tech the throw? Closes the gap for the grab. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Player 1 will need to play it conservative until their drive is experiencing burnout. Player 1 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Fires off the Shinku Hadouken. The super doesn't hit. The low heavy's blocked. Uses the target combo as a fill-in. Low heavy. Player connects with the throw. Player 1 impacts. Squat. Oh, they switch sides. Breaks through with the throw. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
A new challenger.
Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line.
Let us begin. I'll take on all of you.
Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Tries to bait him with the projectile. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Player 1 is just about out of drive after that. Gets a normal hit from the drive, adds a little super juice into this combo for more damage. Taking stock. Did well to get the buff in there. Okay, creating some space here. Holds out with the block. Life lead opens up. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Timely side switch there, which will let him go on the gets. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Immediate jump in. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of and a super activation, looking to score some juicy damage. How is this round going to develop? Jumps up, headbutt. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Player experiencing burnout. Player 1 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Out of drive game. Now's the time. Blocks it. Still slugging it out at this range. Player 1 is in a quick throw zone. Knockdown and the low kick hits. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Connects with the throw. What a finish! Player 1 is a force to be reckoned with.
Roger.
We're in for something special right here, right now.
Let us begin.
No.
Round one. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? That was a solid anti-air. Solid anti-air will shut down the opponent's air game and make it much harder to jump in. Lots of aggression from both sides. Shows the overhead. Gets the jump in. The jump in is denied. They're jostling for the dominant position in the corner. Takes a trip. Sticks the jump in. Hits them with a stop and bop. The grab misses. Both can end the round now, and the drive gauge is burnout activates. Goes for the invincible special. They were confident that would hit. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Fight.
Immediate jump in. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Medium kick hit. Hits with the overhead. Oh, they were looking for that. Hits them with a stop and pop. Jumps up. Goes for the jump in. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it best. They're going for the super art. Not much life left, but their drive usage may save them. Jumps. Oh, the throw connects. Both fighters planning something. The projectile connects, not giving the opponent any chances. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Final round. Who charges forward? Medium kick hit. Drive impact misses. Handle with care. You can't drop drive impact. Can this drive bring them back? Ooh, you never. This can lead to some big damage. Draw super hard incoming. More fuel to the fire. Cook them up. Player 1 curls them from above. What's next? This is gonna hurt. A jump? What are they gonna set up with the jump in? What a clutch blow heavy. It is over. Player 2 has gotta be feeling good getting the win out of that absolute carnage. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. This can lead to some big damage.
There. Strike.
Scrapping it out up close. Does a good job of pushing back. Escapes the corner to reset the situation.
Strike.
Both fighters are sitting on a full drive gauge. This might be prime time to let it rip. What are they thinking here? Stands firm and blocks the drive impact. Drive impact is blocked, but takes a bite out of the drive gauge to apply some pressure. Grabs them. Knockdown. Player 1 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. Takes a trip. Gets the jump in. Medium kick hits. Reads their mind and takes the throw. Like goes for the super art. Adds a little super juice into this combo for more damage. Player 2 drops up the low heavy connected. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Fires off the Shinku Hadouken. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Throws them to negate the block. Closes the gap for the grab. Both of them were ready for a throw. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Charges forward. Manages to block the jump-in attack. With breather. Not much life left, but their drive usage makes crowns them from above. Burns out. Life lead is just goes for it at this range.
Not good enough.
Finishes with the throw. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Gets the throw out of the hooligan. Smart, aggressive play there. Very nice anti-air there. They read their opponent like a book. solid anti-air will shut down the opponent's air game and make it much harder to jump in.
Pay attention.
Smart throw, that'll do more damage than usual. Neither of them willing to back off here. Alright, what's coming up next? Big, low, reaching heavy. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Hold your breath! They were right to be on the kick hit! Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Goes to the overdrive. Player 1 kept their drive gauge topped off through that round and still took the win. Guess they didn't need it. Going in? Player 1 in dire straits fires off the Shinsu Hadouken. Going on the offensive? The throw missed.
Pay attention.
Smart play with the throw. Gets the jump in. Rushes that off and keeps going. Player 1 has an empty drive gauge. They're going for the super art? They must have a kick. Adds a bit of OD cycle. Pumps the brakes on the impact. Drops them. Raw super art incoming. The super doesn't hit. Finishes with the throw. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
A new challenger.
What are we going to see transpire between these fighters? No one knows, but this is going to be a must-see match. All right, first round. What's going to happen? Definitely shuts out the jumper. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. Can they outlast it? Player 2 has used up all of their drive damage. They're being absolutely relentless with this fireball pressure in the corner. Throws out the fireball to check it. Grabs him. Knockdown. Takes them all the way to the corner with that. They've got nowhere to run now that they're in the corner. They're jostling for the dominant position in the corner. Good job blocking the jump in. This baits out the attack and gets the KO. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Player 2 did a great job of leading their opponent up close that last round. Can they keep the momentum? Throws them to negate the block. Player 2 needs to use what little drive they have left effectively. Both fighters planning something? Super Arts on deck for both fighters. Delivers the pain right to the doorstep. Their life is hanging by a thread. They gotta leave. Experiencing burnout. Going in? Anticipated that throw. Can they create an opportunity for them? Baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. Player 2 has depleted their drive game, but they are still within breakthrough with the throw. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. No knockdown as the low heavy is blocked. The counter is blocked. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. They need to hold out. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Oh, easy tag. Can they convert this punish counter opportunity into something? Lands the forward throw. The corner pressure continues. Well-timed corner switch. Taking stock. Experiencing burnout. Still slugging it out at this range. Player KO. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. From upstairs. Who's going to start things off? Overdrive Hadouken. breaks the block with a throw. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the closer. The super doesn't hit. Picks up the counter. This is going to be huge. Player 2 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. We have a super art on deck. A super art? That's not gonna hit. Connects with medium kick. Block experiencing burnout. How will they utilize this? A real test of nerves here. Blocks the low kick. Low heavy. What now? Kick out of nowhere. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? We're finally ready to begin this long-awaited fight. Our players look primed and ready. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Player 2 with the life lead. Time to sit on the lead. Tries to bait him with the projectile. Takes a trip. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Neither of them willing to back off. Brings out the super art. How is it gonna work out for them? They've been pushed into the wall and the stun's there. Picks up the win with the counter hit. Looked like they were baiting their opponent into making a mistake. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Gets the counter hit throw. Player 1 has a slight life lead. There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Player 2 will have, oh no, they're stunned. Going in, ends the meter, hoping for a good return. Side switch in the corner. They return to center stage. Hits the drive. Can they create an opportunity? Perfect execution with the anti-air. Blocks the low kick. What a finish! Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Open, knocked them out of the air. This is the time to use fireballs to chip away at an opponent. Anti-air in the clutch. The low kick hits. Throw is denied. What a read. Jeez, how can they read each other so well? Their spacing is so adds a bit of OD strike. Willing to risk it for the overdrive. Gotta do better than that. Drives it back, misses. Player 2, low heavy. Genius read with that throw escape. Plenty of health, full gauges. Ooh, what a smart play. Both sides, the drive impact doesn't work. But nothing stops this train. A real test of nerves here. High Calango connects with the throw. Both absolute anti-air in the clutch. Sticks out a kick. Do they have what it takes to steal the round here? Perfect execution with the anti-air. Take a seat. Answers with a fireball. That was a magical shot. Player 2 has got to be feeling good getting the win out of that absolute carnage.
Here comes a new challenger.
This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A game to the table. Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. The low kick connects. Checks with the projectile. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Knockdown. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Player 2 needs to deal with this burnout. Takes a trip. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Knockdown. With the life gap opening up, they need to lean hard on their drive usage. Heading into the end game now. Execute gets tagged by the fireball. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Immediate jump in. Fires off the Shifu Hadouken. Headbutt. The grab misses. Hits up the counter. This is going to be huge. Neither of them willing to back off here. Going in. Blocks it. Brushes that off and keeps going. Player 2 and experiencing burnout. Smart play with the throw. What'll happen here? Can they this? Shin Hashogaki is gonna steal. Finishes it with the anti-air. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Here comes a new challenger.
This is gonna be a 5-star match. Get ready for history to be made.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Tries to turn up the pressure with an overdrive projectile. The combo's there. Decent damage. What's next? Okay, both fighters have taken a long step back. They're both looking to reassess the fight. Player 1 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weak. All right, what's coming up next? Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Uses the fireball to try and establish their pace. The fight continues in the middle of the stage. Hits with the overhead. I can't keep track of these corner switches. KO! Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Did well to get the buff in there. Player 1 did a great job of reading their opponent up close that last round. Can they keep the momentum? Takes a trip. Player, oh, what's this? They can't squander this punish counter chance. Player 1 with Sunrise Festival. Can they ride the beat to the end? Player 1 can build off this lead. There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Player 1 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. Not much life difference. What's going to happen here in the latter half of this round? Big throws. Excellent block. Looking for a chance. Willing to risk it for the overdrive. Player 2 has a chance to win the round if they can put their drive to good use. Steps up with the jump in. KO. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Right off the bat, there's no hesitation. Hits him with a stop and pop. Deal some damage with that quick combo. Decent damage. What's next? Oh, whiffs the drive impact. Player 1 is just about out of drive after that. I wonder how both fighters will adapt to what we've seen so far. Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. Takes a trip. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be gets him? Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the charges forward. The drive impact with rushes that off and keeps going. Bends the meter, hoping for a good return. Super! Oh, must have saw something we didn't. Player 1 will want to take advantage of their meter lead while they have it. What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Player 1 in dire straits with burnout. A super art? The super doesn't hit. What'll happen here? This is the ideal range to utilize the fireball game. Our fighters are at a standstill. What's the play here? Watching each other carefully. Who will make the first move? This is gonna hurt. A quick breather, sets up with the jump in. Yes, drive impact for the win. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now.
Final round. Fight!
Opens with a jump in. The last round. It's now or never. Flip slasher. Gets a risky pop in. So, what's next? Both fighters planning something? The low kick hits. That throw's gonna take off a chunk again. Walls flat into the guard frame. And whips. They're wide open. Crunch that off. Huge gun uppercut. Amazing. There's a drive impact. Putting it all on. Makes smart use of the game. Brings down the waning moon on him. Player 1 can't use any drive moves. Gotta play him as a bit of OD spiceful. They gotta dig down deep here. They're recovered. Both of them back off. They may be preparing for the fight. It is over. Player 1 clinches the win. But that could have been anyone's game. No way we could have called that.
Here comes a new challenger.
This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A game to the table. Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Deftly shuts out the jumper. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Puts one in the pocket. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? What's the play here? Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. Can they recover or are they in trouble here? Got their eye on the air. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. Medium kick hit. KO. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. From up above.
Not good enough.
The attack is parried. Springs forward with the drive rush. Okay, so you can use drive rushes just like that to launch attacks from much further away. Bring in the heat! Scared money don't make no money. Spends it all for the Shinryu rip-out! Player 2 is in a pretty good situation with the meter and fades out the low kick. Player 1, a back throw for damage and vital positioning. Ooh, the drive impact hit for a punish. Amazing. This is a cracks it up with a throw. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Opens with a jump in. Blocks the low kick. All the throw connects. Takes advantage of the hesitation and gets some good damage in return. Oh my god, they just choked it up. Goes up above? Amazing! The throw is denied! What are they gonna do? Ooh, what a slug throw! The drive impact doesn't work! Noticeable life lead is a comeback. Genius lead with that throw escape! Player 1 has a turns out! Do they have what it takes to steal the round here? Player, stun! Bad news is on the way! Player 1, they are done! Player 2 really had to fight for that one! No shortage of drama!
there! Shoryuken! An opening! Right there! 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 An opening! Into Hadouken! Right there! An opening! Shoryuken! Hadouken! Shoryuken! Hadouken! Into Hadouken! Here comes a new challenger!
This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A game to the table. Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Uses the target combo to take a chunk of damage off the opponent. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Player 2 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? Hits them with a stopping bomb. Player 2 in trouble with no drive. Uses the gauge for a super art. Spends 2 for the in there. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Player 1 did a great job of maintaining their drive gauge during that last round. It's going to be even more important in this next round to keep that up to help strengthen their ground game. Plenty of space between the fighters. What will be their approach? Player 2 will want to take advantage of their meter lead while they have it. With this kind of gauge gap, they'll want to think about when to use it and not be trigger happy. Checks with a medium. Hits him with a stopping bomb. Player 2 is working with a less than ideal drive gauge. Burnout activates. Player 2 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Knockdown and jumps in. Throws a projectile to zone the opponent. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Both fighters planning something? Were they baiting them into that? Are we gonna see a comeback? They're going for the super in there. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Will we see our fighters fill each other out or just let it fly in this opening round? Absorbs the attack and fires back. Well, they managed to escape the corner, but they can't let their guard down. Trips them up. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Player 2 has the life lead. There's still a lot of fighting to be had. It's anyone's match. Player 2 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. Projectile to try and change the situation. Gets the jump in. Knockdown. X-Trip gets him. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. That drive impact doesn't get through. All that effort for so little payoff. Throws them to negate the block. Closes the gap for the grab. Early round decisions are so important to set the tone. Hits them with a stopping bomb. The engagement here will have a huge effect on the rest of the match. Player 2 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Scrapping it out up close. Drive boosted Hadouken. Shuts that down with a parry. Uses the parry to deal with that projectile. Jumps. Shows him he brushes that off and keeps going. Ooh, you never know what can happen here. Ooh, what a smart throw. Blocks it. Flies in with a fist, solid anti-air. Catches the impact, squashed. Players, what a finish! Here's the final round. The real fight starts now.
Beautiful fight.
Final round. Fight!
Opens with a jump in. Pumps the brakes on the impact. Excellent block to shut off the impact. Super Art on deck, sets up with the jump in. Ooh, what a smart throw. Takes advantage of the hesitation and gets some good damage in return. Solid anti-air. Knocked him out of the air. Nothing stops this train. Only 50% life left. Ooh, you never. This unleashes some big damage. Punish counter sets the table. Target combo into. Taking jump walls flat into the card frame. Low heavy. Reads the throw and escape. Gets them in the air. Player one. Made some smart moves there. Great game.